So, welcome to our first official class. I need you guys to understand this and understand and hear me very clearly. All right, I understand this is a freshman-based class. A lot of you are freshmen and juniors or sophomore. Most of you are freshmen. Attendance for this class is going to probably be one of the most important things. There's no need for headphones. You'll learn quickly. I don't bullshit. This course, I really hope that you guys, this is one of the courses I pour into the most all around about business. You guys are going to hear a lot of things repetitively, but I hope it gives you a whole total different perspective. All right, because you have all my high-level classes. So this is basically those classes all in one. This will be a very, very 30,000-foot view in the business. All right. You look at the textbook is like 500 freaking pages. I'm probably going to spend 6 weeks in the first chapter alone. We'll literally probably spend the first half of this semester on chapters 1 and 2. And then depending on how far we get into where the conversations go, we'll pivot into more of the entrepreneurship and then working in corporate America and how you navigate and grow your career. Probably once we get around week 4, we'll start to monitor companies on the S&P 500. So what I'll do a lot in this class is I'll relate to what we're hearing on the news right now, like these regulations that Trump is passing, right? How does that impact business, right? For example, what were some executive orders that you guys have heard that mean something to you? Did you guys listen to any executive orders that were dropped or signed? Who's familiar with Trump social or Truth Media, or is it Truth Media, Truth Social Media? Who's familiar with Truth Social Media?
I do use it.
Who is aware that Trump has already made $400 billion off of Truth Social Media? Who's aware that that $400 billion that he made is tax-free, most likely, by how he uses it? Through this class, I've had students make a lot of money off this class, just looking at companies on the stock market, understanding how different things that are going on in the industry impact business, and ultimately what I will call your superpower, as if you are business students and business majors, what I will call your superpower is being able to identify information and understand how it impacts companies and where either you as a leader make the best decisions for that business to be profitable or to navigate some of the changes in the market, the fluctuations in the market based off of government regulations, market shifts, consumer changes, employee changes, employer change. There's a lot of things that go on in the dynamic of the business market. Truth Media. So when Trump got kicked off of Twitter in 2020, he started up Truth Media, whatever, Trump Social Media, Truth Media, whatever the hell it is. He started his own social media, all right? This whole news thing is really important and you guys need to pay attention to it. This TikTok stuff is real. I'd be very concerned about your future and what they can do as far as manipulating you and manipulating the people that come after you. This is all 100% no conspiracy. This is legit. So Trump gets kicked off of Twitter. Then he opens up his own social media. He IPOs that social media was his initial public offering. He IPO'd, I think, at $19 a share. This was in 2020. 4 years later, everybody here has $19, right? I'd imagine you could get $19 if you don't have $19, right? You can find a way. It's pretty easy. If you can't, this is the reason why you're going to school, so you can make $19 an hour and plus, right? But I'm sure you can get $19 now. So 4 years later, Truth Social Media, when Trump runs for president, turns from $19 a share to $54, $60 a share. Trump gets, I think either right before he's president-elect, there's this little headline that goes across CNBC. Trump sells $400 billion worth of Truth Social, valued at $32.45 a share, and placed all $400 billion into a trust. Who knows what a trust is? Who knows how a trust operates? Like, you want to talk about generational wealth? You want to talk about millionaire kids? Like, what the wealthy do? We know, like, numbers never lie, right? We know the numbers. We know how much things cost. The wealthy basically take, let's say, an insurance policy, and they know that that insurance policy, I got to pay X amount of dollars for a certain amount of years for that insurance policy to be fully paid into. Once it's fully paid into, you basically have access to, let's say, an asset vehicle that you can leverage and get access to capital. So $1 million baby is basically an individual who has a trust fund. The trust makes payments to an insurance vehicle. The trust makes payments to real estate, pays taxes, things along those lines. And then ultimately, the beneficiary of the trust can benefit from that trust without paying the taxes on, unless they cash out, they don't pay taxes. So as long as it's paying things that are paying taxes, it's a way to avoid taxes, but also to build access to a vehicle, like an asset vehicle, that you can get access to more money. Second executive order that you guys all should have paid attention to, who heard about the Trump meme coin. 4,500 millionaires were made in 24 hours. The Kai, why? The Kai, right? Why? What happened? Okay, it's fine. Your name? Your name?
Caden.
Caden? What happened?
So like right before he was in office, it like shot up, or right before he went in, it shot up. And then
How much?
I'm not sure.
From 7 cents a share to $72. Who got 7 cents? Who was paying attention? 3 people. It's the thing that bothers me here. This is an HBCU, historically Black college and university. We get a lot of opportunity, but everybody in here is not paying attention. And it's not just Black students, it's everybody. And there's a lot of money that's been made, and Trump wasn't even in office yet. How this impacts you being at an HBCU is, there was an executive order. Who knows what the executive order impacted? You guys.
Yeah, I was gonna mention earlier, I think it was, I seen like 2 days ago, the DEI, and he's trying to take that away.
Trying
Which is
to.
crazy.
Trying to.
Sorry, Mr.
Trying to.
I don't pay attention to my.
You have to. You're missing out on money. You're missing out on opportunity. Right? It's the problem, I think, for being a business management major. You have no skill set. What skill set do you have that you're planning to learn that's employable? Right, we talked about this last week, and everybody is a good person that handles problems well, and I'm flexible, and I'll come to work on time, and you expect me to pay you $50,000 to $60,000 a year to do that, especially when we got AI. So this DE&I initiative, basically what happened is Trump signed an executive order that any government program that focuses on race-based job access or opportunity access is no longer legal and has to be scrapped and removed. On top of that, any race-based promotion program, scrapped, race or gender. So you're walking into a world for these next 4 years where it is the survival of the fittest. And you either sink or you swim. And it's about to get real ugly. because literally in the past 2 weeks, you missed out on an opportunity to make a lot of money. And on top of that, he signed an executive order that said anybody that earns money in cryptocurrency doesn't have to pay capital gains taxes. Capital gains taxes means you got to pay 40% on the dollar for every dollar earned. So if I made 100,000, I got to pay 40,000 in taxes. Trump said, executive order. How do you think that impacts you? If you made 100,000 in crypto, and you know you don't got to pay capital gains tax, what's the first thing you're going to do? Let's make it fun. Hector, you got $1 million in crypto. You're not going to have to pay 40%. So $1 million in crypto means if I take out this money, I should technically pay $400,000 in taxes, which means I only have $600,000 left. So let's just be fun. $600,000 you earn from crypto. What would you do?
Buy a truck.
Buy a truck? What else?
Totally different. Put some money to the side.
Huh?
I put some money to the side.
Put some money. What else?
I treat myself to vacation.
Keep on going. Damn, you blowing through this money, bro. God damn, I'm trying to make my money make money for me. Who's trying to make their money make money for them? What are you going to put your money into? Smirky.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
I would pay my tuitions.
Pay your tuitions. What else?
That, I don't know, I would save it.
Save it. Damn. You know, save money don't make money. You put money in a savings account. How much interest are you going to make? Huh? Who knows? You got a savings account. How much money you make off a savings account? 0.002%. So I'm putting money into this damn savings account that's earning 0.002%. But I know that if I put money into the stock market, historically, the companies earn 10 to 12% year after year. So I can put it in a low risk savings account. I'm earning 0.002% interest. What do we know about the economy every year? What happens what happens to your money every year? Inflation. Who knows what inflation is? Every year, your money, the value of your money, like inflation impacts it by 2 to 4% per year. So if you have $1,000 right now, all things being held equal, if inflation is 2 to 4%, your $1,000 drops down 2 to 4% next year. So your $1,000 actually now worth, let's say, terrible at math, $980. And then all of a sudden a year after that, that same $1,000 that you've got sitting in the savings account, it's actually worth, $960, $940. And the whole time you've lost what's known as the opportunity cost. The opportunity to make money in other vehicles and places. Who else? You got 600,000. What are you gonna do, Justice?
I'll probably try to set up a trust or something like that.
Set up a trust? For what? What's the trust going? Where's it going to put money to?
Like you just said, you use it to pay bills and stuff.
Hey, this ain't making me no money. I need this damn money to make me money. I just put this money in crypto and it made me 600,000. I paid 400 in taxes. Anaya.
I would honestly just open what I'm doing my business.
There we go. Now we got a business. Now what's your business?
It's like a beauty bar.
A beauty bar? How much money you need to start that beauty bar? How much do you think real estate is, like if you were to rent out a facility? How much do you think you got to pay per month? I live in Cedar Park. In Cedar Park, the area that you would rent, you're talking about $6,000 to $8,000 a month. If you want to be by a Starbucks, you're probably paying anywhere between $6,000 and $8,000 a month. So I need first month, last month, and security deposit. I need probably about, let's say, a good 24 bands, right, to go ahead and just put down to get real estate, to get access to a facility. Then you need all of your equipment, right? then you need employees, right? Then you need marketing, then you need a website, then you need social media. We need somebody to manage all this stuff. So Anaya took her 600,000 and she put 250 in starting up a beauty bar. 250 into a beauty bar that hasn't earned 1 cent. And then now she's, hey, we're open. I got a beauty bar, come on. Who's going to Anaya's beauty bar? Raise your hand in this class. Who's going to Anaya's beauty bar? 1, 2, 3 people want to go to a beauty bar in this class. That's business. That's business. That is business. David, Colin, what are you doing? 600.
Buying some real estate somewhere.
Thank you. Buying some real estate. So how this impacts you guys? These people made a lot of money in crypto out of nowhere, and then they don't have to pay capital gains tax. So they're pulling that money out and they're buying, most likely, real estate. There's going to be a couple people, they buy a truck, they pay off their bills, pay student loans, but they buy real estate. How does that impact you? To buy a house right now, how much money do you need to make? Google, come on, we got Google. Ask Google this question. How much is the average home, how much does the average house cost in Austin, Texas? $325,000. Ask Siri or Google, how much do you need to make, hypothetically, to buy a $325,000 house?
You have to make 100,000, 100,000 between 100,000 and 150,000. That's what it said.
To afford a house, the average house in Austin, Texas, which is like $350,000, you have to make $100,000 to $150,000. How much do you expect to earn when you get out of college? What's your name again?
Jared.
Jared. What's your expected salary?
In administration management, so between 60, 75,000.
60, 75,000? Caleb?
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably like 60, like 65.
60 to 65? Your name again? Zaria? 60? Your name one more time? Deeper. How much?
About 92, I'm talking about
90 to 100,000. What's your major?
it's business.
Business? What's your name again?
Matthew.
Matthew, I see you every day, don't I? Okay. Thank man. I like my students that I see every day when they come to class. I'm gonna teach you all year, you know that. What do you expect?
Like 60, 70K.
Nine. You said that's 70,000. Your name one more time? Elijah.
70, 75.
Doctor.
What happened?
He had an issue with his arm. Been working on it. So you graduate college with a business management degree, you already expect not to make enough money to buy a house. How long do you think it will take you to make 100,000 to 150,000 a year? On average, you start a job and they're supposed to give you a 4% pay raise every year. The reason they're supposed to give you a 4% pay raise is why? Because inflation. So we know that inflation impacts the economy 2 to 4% per year. So they give you this interview, or they give you an assessment at the end of the year. That assessment is supposed to say your performance. Your performance gets you a job raise. But if the economy isn't going right, business isn't doing well, and they don't got money for your department, they don't give you 4%, they give you what they can. So you come out, and let's be real, you're probably gonna, if you don't, I'm gonna tell you like this, if you don't take advantage of the internship opportunities, forget take advantage. If you don't create advantages to or create scenarios for you to get access to internship opportunities, you're not making more than 40,000 when you come out of here. And then you got to build the experience to get yourself up to 60 to 70,000. Probably going to take you about 3 to 5 years. So if you don't take advantage of these internship opportunities, if you don't go out here, shake hands, kiss babies, which I'll tell you also, who usually goes out to these events are all the international students. The international students take advantage of every last bit of opportunity that comes at this university, and they can't even get access to it most of the times because they have they need a working visa, which Donald Trump signed an executive order that impacts all international people. First, no birthright citizenship is given. So if somebody is here on asylum and then their parents had a child and they're born here, they don't get citizenship to the United States of America just because they were born here. So you're talking about a lot of families being separated and deported because of this, which my international folks know there's a lot of bullshit that goes on. People will tell you what they want to tell you to get over here in the country. So don't let it all, don't let the propaganda of media fool you. Like, you know, there's all these Mexicans crossing the border and there's all these, I think what, from Salvador, where's the, it's not Argentina, where is it?
Venezuela.
Venezuela, you got people coming from Venezuela up here, they're taking over, they're going into these safe zones and to Colorado and New York and Minnesota, and it's like, this is what you, am I the only one seeing this? What do you see when you look on your TikTok or your Instagram and social media? Does it enrich you or does it pull you away? Which like is the problem, right? TikTok, internationally, TikTok, like in China, it serves kids like educational stuff naturally. Like they don't get any bullshit. You look at our stuff in the Black Twitter world, all we get is relationship problems, people complaining about relationship issues, start up this business, get access to this money, fix your credit. It's probably on all of our algorithms. What really truly enriches you. So again, when we talk about this like manipulation and control, one, you kind of go through the things that you like, but you can get an algorithm that really doesn't enrich you. It's an algorithm that causes you not to pay attention. It's an algorithm that causes you to focus on meaningless things. It's an algorithm that keeps you from earning $150,000 a year so that you can purchase a home. It's an algorithm that keeps you away from this information about Trump, about these meme coins, which you can't believe. Don't fall into the hype of these meme coins. It's fake money. So I put money that I'm willing to lose into places, and then it's like you put discretionary money into the stock market, right? Like if you go to the bar every week and you spend $20 to $30 at the bar, that's discretionary money. You can not go to the bar every other week or every week and put $20 to $30 into a Robinhood account, a Charles Schwab account. It's the choices you make. And you have the access to so much information that it kind of muddles the water as far as like, what do I want to learn? What do I want to pursue? What do I want to do? Because you can literally do anything. The world is your oyster. All right, you have students here that are from all over different places, different countries. Like you have access to, I'm coming to Costa Rica. All right, for real. You got Costa Rica, where you from, sir? Nepal? I'm not coming to Nepal. That's too far of a flight. That's too far of a damn flight. Like you have access to so many different things, but what do you do with it? It's one of the challenging things I find about this university too. It's like so beautifully diverse, but so wonderfully segregated. Black kids, it's like lunch table, cafeteria style. Black kids with black kids, Caucasian students with Caucasian students, Latinos with Latinos, international students with international students. Very few blend and mix together. That's such a missed opportunity because like you literally got access to the world 5 feet away from you. And the world is flat. I know people that, one of my friends, she actually, when she graduated college, she ended up getting a remote job as a human resources recruiter. And then she moved to Nicaragua. She was earning $5,000 a month off of recruiting. She paid no more than $750 a month to live. To live. I'm talking about rent. I'm talking about food. I'm talking about enjoying life. And you walk outside and it's beautiful.
That was super cheap. Super cheap.
She literally put all her money and she stayed there for 2 years and she paid off her student debt. Like that's like the world is flat. And you have international students that are right next to you that know that. They come here, this is their stopping point. And they got access to jobs and family members that are all over this world, not just in Nepal. You probably, pull up to Germany, the family's going to meet up and everybody's going to Paris and we're all collective like it. And here we are, scrolling, stuck, not even knowing anything outside of Texas. So how do you think it impacts businesses? To the second executive order and another executive order, there's only 2 gender classifications, male and female. How does this impact the business? How do you think it impacted the business when people were allowed to choose? How do you think that cost businesses money?
Inclusion or something?
Inclusion, but how? How do you think?
Production becomes limited. We want to produce something, probably shirts now, for example. So we just have to like make it as female and male. So
Something like what?
just like shirt, like a shirt, for example.
Well, no, think about companies and how they manage employees, right? What would cost a company when you allow people to basically select their gender? How would it cost the company? Think simple.
Like patterns, maybe?
This is the topic of discussion that we hear about the gender. You basically choose which bathroom you want based off of gender identification. So because of that, companies then have to make neutral bathrooms, co-ed bathrooms, which means that if they had male, female, now they have to spend money to update the bathrooms to some magnitude. That might be if one bathroom only had a standard toilet, now you got to add a stall in there too. So you got bathrooms that have toilet and stall opportunities. So this is costing people money. The other side of it now, you only have 2 genders. Now you got to go back. Now I can't do it, or is it all neutral? Like now it becomes a legal thing. One of the most things, the diversity and inclusion. Disney has been battling this whole DE&I initiative, and they're still very supportive of DE&I. But it's about words now. It's about what's legal. It's not about diversity anymore. It's about equity and inclusion. They want to provide equitable and inclusive opportunities for all. Equitable is challenging. Equitable, how do you provide equitable opportunity? How do I provide equitable opportunity in this classroom? You have students that are from Texas, not from Texas, from the United States, not from the United States, went off of the American school system or the British school system. How do I provide equal opportunity? What metrics do I use to make sure that if I give this job opportunity, that it not only attracts the best candidate for that job, but it also helps me to identify the best candidate for that job. So I have an internship opportunity I'm looking to build. How do I identify that any one person in this room should be selected? What questions do I ask that make it equitable? What assessments do I use? How do I know the difference between good and bad when they pull the job application? They got a student from HT, they got a student from UT. Who you hiring? Your name one
Marijuana?
Nirvana. Who you hiring? UT student or HT student?
Probably the
Probably the UT. Smart. Who you hiring? UT or HT? Who's hiring HT? Raise your hand. 1, 2. That is messed up. We ain't been hiring our own. So, you know, I like it's no, but real though, real. I'm not even mad at it. This is what we put forth as a student body. I'm really not mad at it. Because like this is what I mean. International students come here, they take advantage of all the opportunities. Everybody else is kind of like, and then we wonder why, like, we don't have access to what we should. And it's no longer protected. They don't have to come here. There's no checkbox that the government rewards. It's gone. It's a historic university that Austin appreciates. The world doesn't give a shit about it. And then the crazy thing is, most of you here probably don't either. Not my international students. My international students know they got an opportunity and they see nothing but America as the land of the opportunity. You put in the work, oh my God, the money is there. I can show you. I can show you how to get access to $2 million for commercial property purchase. I can show you how to get access to $500,000 to start up that business that you want. Yes, you got to put something in. Yes, you got to have some skin in the game. But it's not what you know or who you know, but who knows you. A business. The definition of a business is an organization that strives for a profit by providing goods and services desired by its customers, excuse me. So Anaya, your beauty bar is not desired by potential customers. You got to figure out why. Right, a beauty bar, everybody that wants to be beautiful or everybody wants skin care goes to a beauty bar. But is that why you go to a beauty bar? Like, why do you go to beauty bars? I imagine you go to beauty bars.
Like, well, I mean, yeah, I just go just to get pampered.
You go to get pampered.
Relax, just enjoy myself.
Would it make sense to open a beauty bar on the east side of Austin?
Now I feel like it's changing. It's expanding. It is, I feel like, yeah, I feel like
Right now, do you think the east side of Austin has a large demographic of people that want to be pampered?
like if people that want to be pampered.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, do you think the east side of Austin has a large amount of people that want to be pampered?
I wouldn't choose this. I wouldn't choose here. I wouldn't, like, this wouldn't be somewhere that I would just be somewhere just to open.
East side of Austin is affordable. Cross that bridge. Oh, these spaces, they're $10,000, $12,000 a month. Come over this side, buyers gonna run you like 2, 3 racks. Okay. A month. But the customer's not here. Get started here, but the customer's not here. The other thing about business, right? Let's think about our consumer purchasing habits. Who goes to stores to purchase stuff? Raise your hand. Everybody goes to the store. Xavier. Elijah, damn, where's Xavier? Who's Xavier? No. Zaria, damn, that was the X. Elijah, Zaria. It was the X I was looking at, sorry. Elijah, what do you buy at the store? But I'm asking you, when you go to the store, what store do you go to? And what do you typically buy when you go to that store?
I go to Walmart,
Food, okay.
necessities.
What else? Necessities? Where else you go? So Walmart, we go to Walmart to get necessities and food. Kayla, what stores do you go to?
Publix.
Publix, talking about food? Your name one more time? Carolyn, what stores do you go to? Ross, to get clothes? One more time?
Jared.
Jared, what stores do you go to?
Aldi.
Groceries. To get groceries. So right now we're hitting groceries heavy. All right, we got one person going to Ross for clothes. What do you go to the store for? HEB for food. Any other stores? Walmart, clothing, or Target. Colin, where do you buy your sneakers from?
Like Academy.
Academy? Anaya, where do you buy your sneakers from? Your shoes?
Online.
Online? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Gabby, where do you buy your sneakers from? Foot Locker? Do you go into the mall, Foot Locker, or do you buy online? We got a discount. We got a Foot Locker employee discount. See, y'all need to know Gabby if you want to get some discounts. I'm sorry, but I know how it works. All right, they got a limit. All right, they can only spend like X amount of dollars per quarter, I think, right? Yeah, I'm in. It's not what you know, who you know, or it's not what you know, that. It's not what you know or who you know, but who knows you. Sorry, one more time. Joshua. What stores do you go to? What do you buy? Ross? Crocs. Crocs. You go in the store or both? What do you buy online? Shoes? Clothes? What do you buy online?
Electronics sometimes.
Electronics? Narana, what do you buy online? Electronics? Heck, right. You know what shop online? What yourself? Who? You shop on food online? Food online?
Alright.
DoorDash. Oh, we're DoorDashing. We're Uber Eatsing.
Yeah, expensive.
Y'all got money. Y'all got money. Y'all got money. That's okay. Like this is like so. Think about it. Now I want to open up a restaurant. I love to cook. Where do you open? Who goes in restaurants still? How often do you go in a restaurant? What restaurant do you? The food here sucks in Austin. It's terrible. Terrible. Oh my God, you go international, it'll change your world. You'll never want to come and eat this food ever again. It's poison. It is freaking, and I'm not lying to you, it's poison. Like you just heard that stuff about Red 40, Red 40's banned. So if you're eating anything that's red and it has Red 40 in it, they're telling you that it's not healthy for you. It's illegal internationally. It's an opportunity. All based off of understanding government law and policy. But again, most of us don't pay attention to any of it. So you miss out on a lot of opportunity. Businesses meet the needs of customers or consumers by providing medical care, autos, and countless other goods and services. The way I look at business is taking a service or a product, creating a system that's scalable and profitable. That's how I define business. Taking a product or a service, creating a system that is scalable and profitable. A business is doing only one of two things. A business is either growing or a business is dying. If a business doesn't make money but doesn't profit, it's dying. Investors only invest in businesses that are earning profits, especially earning profits in the future. Most of the companies on the stock market, they're being invested in for like 32 times earnings, 17 times earnings. So when you're looking at these companies, you want to know how much they earn over the year, and you want to learn what their future expected earnings are. And you're investing in a company based off of their future expected earnings. One of my favorite companies right now, Meta. Why is Meta my favorite company? Who's the product for Meta? What is the product for Meta? Malachi, right? Malachi? Right? Am I saying that right? Malachi? No. Malkis. I was close. Malkis. I see you every day too. I'm gonna need you to hoodie it down, brother, so I can remember. Malkis. What is the product of Meta? Electronics? Meta.
Social media.
Social media.
Entertainment.
What kind of social media? What's under the portfolio of Meta?
Facebook.
Instagram.
Threads. The new threads that they can Twitter.
Oh, Threads.
Social media.
What's that? I think there's one more. I think they got one more.
I think it was.
No, that's
No,
not.
they don't own Snapchat. Snapchat is still independent. I think it's so Meta, the metaverse.
Yeah.
The metaverse.
The metaverse.
So we got Instagram, we got Facebook, we got WhatsApp, we got the metaverse, and is it GroupMe?
Three.
Not Twitter. It's Threads. Okay, so there's 5. Who's on Facebook? Raise your hand.
I never use it.
Who's on Instagram? Raise your hand. Who's on Threads? I'm a Twitter guy. I love Twitter. I can't get off Twitter.
My Twitter.
Who's in the metaverse? You're in the metaverse? So the product of Facebook is you. You go on Facebook. Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name one more time?
Me?
Yeah. Oh, it's Eagles. Oh, Jay, baby, what are you doing? Get out of here. You can't even come back. Don't come back to this class. You're the product. You go on these social media apps. They got access to your cell phone. They got access to everything you're doing. They know your friends. They know your location. They know what you're buying. They got access to the banks you use. They got access to every freaking thing. And they take your data, they take your metrics, and they sell it to businesses. They sell it to businesses. Businesses get your information. When I know all of your information, you're probably at the same 5 places every single day. You probably go by the same stores every single day. You probably take the same route. When I sell that information to a business, I sit here and say, all these people are coming past this, they're driving past this zone. I'll give you access to a 5-mile radius. It's going to be 100,000 people, and they're going to see your business. But it gets scary. It's really scary when they start to understand what you are buying in purchasing. So there's a really cool article that was published in 2012 about Target. Target had a statistician and a computer science guy come and join on this product or project. And what they did was they identified purchases from women in their second trimester of pregnancy. See, what Target realized is that their customer, right? We go to Target, you go to Walmart, or you go to H-E-B, right? That you go to these stores. But what Target realizes is that when they get a customer in a life-changing moment, they get a customer for life. So what are 2 life-changing moments for women? Pregnancy, and what else? And marriage. you've ever, like, any of your friends got married or had a kid on the way, they always have a target registry. So they realize when they can identify women in their second trimester of birth or pregnancy and advertise and get that woman in the store, most likely that woman is going to be a decision maker on the products that are purchased for a household, not just for her and her family. So in this article, they put this program together. They, were able to identify the credit card purchases that were they were able to identify the credit card purchases. A few months in, this father calls and he's extremely irate. And he's like, you guys are sending like baby ads and articles, and they're directly addressed to my daughter. You're mailing these advertisements and it has my daughter's name on it, and this babies and diapers and all this stuff. He's like, my daughter's a teenager. Are you guys trying to promote teenage pregnancy? Now let's put an asterisk here. Who thinks they could call up Target's executive group and complain about some advertisements they received? Most of us couldn't call up Target executives and get access. They complain. We're going to call customer service. We're going to ask to speak to somebody's manager, not to the executive team. So, complains, Target apologizes. A couple of weeks later, the guy calls back. Apparently, there were some things going on in his house that he didn't know, and his daughter was like 15 years old and pregnant. So through your data purchases, think about it. I drive past, like Starbucks has me in chokehold. I had to take that damn app off of my phone, and I hate it because I can't earn points. But every time I drive by a Starbucks, I don't need an alert that says Starbucks nearby. Because I'm going to be like, oh, might as well go real quick. I'm a little tired. Let me get a quick little cup of coffee. It tells you, and it makes you purchase just off of that one alert. So Meta sells all of your data on these social media platforms. Meta's growth goals. So Meta wants everybody in the world to have access to Facebook. What's the problem with having access to Facebook, though? Or any of these social platforms? What do you need?
Cell phone.
And what else?
Internet.
And internet. So you need a cell phone, internet, and a computer. You need one of those, a device that accesses the internet. So Meta, again, you guys are the product. And you need to access you need devices to access them. You need an iPhone, you need a Microsoft computer, a Dell computer, an Apple computer. You need access to the internet, some way, somehow. So you're the product. They need you on. So remember, future growth. Right now, I think it's like 356 million people on Facebook, and it's like 7 billion people in the world. Facebook is a global company. Now, Facebook, I'm not playing no games. Facebook is $600 a share right now, but hear me out. This is a global company. The only product is people. Zuckerberg is investing $10 billion in what? No. $10 billion, Oh. $10 billion, anybody know what he's doing? $10 billion into cable under the ground that provides access to the internet. So this is the battle of the billionaires. Elon is putting satellites up in the space, and Zuckerberg is putting cables under the ground, which is probably really super efficient. Like this is what other countries, what we call third world countries, all of their electric is built underground so that there's very few power outages.
So most of the companies that does that are telecommunication companies.
Telecommunication.
Why would Meta want to do that?
People need access to the internet. If they invest $10 billion, not only is it a write-off, investing into the economy and building, they're probably getting government money. It's creating jobs. It's creating access to more people that can get on the internet and then sell their, buy their, they can sell their data. And then all of a sudden,
You have them?
talking about them, right? So they have a product that I think will be a game changer for all of us. Apple told us about 4 years ago that the iPhone is going to be obsolete. What does your life look like without your phone? Where is all the information on your phone stored? What is the freaking cloud? Who knows what the cloud is? Who knows what the cloud looks like?
Servers?
Servers? What do the servers do and how does this stuff put it together? And like, there was a comedian, he said, if I went back in the past, he said, I wouldn't change shit. I'd be like, oh yeah, people can make phone calls and they put satellites up in the air. And then the people would be like, well, how do they do that? He was like, I don't know. He'd be like, people can put food in the oven and it cooks it for you, like you got a microwave and an air fryer. And they're like, how do you make a microwave and an air fryer? Think about the things that you know how to do and what to do without technology. And it exists in this cloud. I technically don't need a device. I need something that can project an image that accesses the cloud. And my belief, it's going to be these. Apple has Orion. Meta has Orion. Apple has the Apple Vision Pro. Orion, you guys see the Orions? The Orions are like this thick, and they're shaped like these. Anybody see the Apple Vision Pros? Apple Vision Pros cost how much?
Too much, like 1,500?
I think they're like $3,200. It's a lot of software engineers getting them, but why I think it's a game changer, you put on these goggles, and I've seen people that like, all right, you got an Excel doc here, I got a TV here, I got my music player here, and you can set up all these virtual devices in your house. The only problem is when you put these goggles on, you're in your own virtual world, but you can see the world. But it's hard to engage with these goggles. Although I see the world, people around me are like, are you talking to me or you talking to somebody else? So Apple Vision Pros, I mean, it's beautiful. Like I imagine going home and then put my Pros on. I don't have to buy a TV. A TV costs $500 to $1,000, $1,200. I got now these Pros I put on that cost $3,200, but I have access to Wi-Fi. I put up my TV, I put up my music player here, and as I walk in the rooms, I got this stuff locked in, and I got my own virtual space.
And it's just in the plastic?
And it's all accessible. I can pull up my text messages, I can respond, it connects to your laptop, and like, I can sit here and be typing on my keyboard and all this stuff. So I really think the Orion glasses are going to be what's the game changer for us. And they cost $3,200, or they'll probably cost like $3,000. But how much did TVs cost? Right? Like I remember my first TV was like a 20-inch box TV. And then when these flat screens came, they cost like $2,000. And then flat screens turned to LCDs, LCDs turned into, and then like it just kept on getting better and better and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. This is what happens in business. This is what happens with technology. This is the beautiful thing about America and what we're able to create and what Trump is really inspiring. Trump is focusing on innovation and manufacturing. You need jobs, and you need jobs that pay enough money that you can buy houses. And unfortunately, you guys want to pay too much money, and then there's a lot of people that are making a lot of money. And especially in this AI age, you'll learn it's not AI that's going to take your job, it's the person that knows how to use it. It's not AI that's going to take your job, it's the person that knows how to partner with it. We'll end class there, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Thank you.